尊敬的Rugge校长，Antonelli教授，各位嘉宾、女士们、先生们，大家下午好。
Dear Rector Rugge, dear Professor Antonelli, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
我是来自北京大学的叶京一，这是我的同事，教育学院的哈维教授。我们非常高兴，应 Marina Demetrio 教授的邀请，北京大学代表团一行，我们来到了美丽的意大利，与各位高等教育界的同行共同探讨全球化背景下的毕业生职业生涯的发展。
It's a great pleasure for us to receive the invitation by Professor Demetrio to attend this conference. My name is Ye Jingyi. I'm the Vice President of the University Council of Peking University. And here I have my colleague from Fabio from the Graduate School of Education, Peking University.
这是一个非常有挑战性和现实意义的话题。我相信来自不同地域文化的国际性的大学，在这个领域当中开展合作与交流，将标志着大学间的国际合作迈入新的阶段，也就是从高等教育过程当中的教学以科研合作延伸到高等教育的输出端，人才社会价值在全球范围内的最大化利用问题的合作。
The employment of graduates under the globalization is a very challenging but also practical topic these days. I believe by participating in this kind of a conference and improving the mutual understanding of employment, graduate employment issues, will further strengthen the collaborations of the internationalization of universities from different regions, from different cultural backgrounds. The collaboration in this area indicates we enter a new stage of internationalization in higher education, i.e., we move from the collaboration in cultivating talent in research and teaching to collaboration on the graduates' employment, which is the end result of higher education.
通过昨天对博洛尼亚大学和AlmaLaurea的访问，又听了上午的报告，我们很受启发，非常钦佩欧洲同行在毕业生职业生涯领域对毕业生职业生涯指导方面先行一步的远见卓识和富有成效的工作。
We have learned tremendously through yesterday's visit to University of Bologna, to the AlmaLaurea headquarters, and through this morning's discussions. We very much respect our peers in Italy in the progress they have made on education, on graduate employment.
那么，北京大学在我们的发展过程当中，特别是在毕业生就业领域这个过程中，非常重视先进经验的学习。
As the leading university in China, Peking University has put great emphasis on promoting the employment of our graduates.
那么，我们很高兴这次有机会来向各位学习。
We very much appreciate this opportunity to learn from our Italian colleagues and European colleagues.
那么下面的报告当中，我将主要分享伴随过去20年高等教育在中国的高速发展，中国高等学校毕业生就业工作的特点、变化与挑战，以及北京大学的一些做法。下面的报告我将用英文来进行介绍。
Next, I will explain the Chinese experience in terms of expansion of higher education and the graduate employment situation and the policy practices or policies that have been put in place to promote graduate employment. I will deliver the rest of my speech in English. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Higher education in China has turned from elite education to massifications of education. Since 1999, Chinese higher education is developing rapidly. From this graph, we can see that the growth innovant rate of Chinese higher education have risen from 10.5% in 1999 to 50% in 2016. The number of graduates in China is increasing annually. As is shown in this graph, the estimated number of Chinese university graduates would reach 8 million. According to Chinese Minister of Education, the issues of university students' employment has become a focus of Chinese society. The relations of graduate employment is influenced to a greater extent by the economic situation. While since 2000, the economy in China has been growing faster, but has been slowing down since 2010, and in recent years, the growth rate stays around 7%. Meanwhile, the elastic coefficient of urban employment of Chinese economic growth in about 0.4. The slowing down of economic growth would result as the decrease of new job opportunity in urban areas. It would put university graduates who are increasing in number under much pressure. However, in the recent years of initial employment rate of Chinese university graduate stays around 78%. Initial employment rate refers to the employment situation upon graduate, which is earlier July in China. Despite the fact that the number of graduates to increasing and both domestic and international economic situations are harsh, we see that China obtained a relatively higher employment rate of university graduates. It depends on the stronger governmental support to university graduate employment in China. To begin with, Chinese government has proposed in many documents that to put university graduates in the first place in employment issues. The priority of university graduate is math-saved. Besides, government at all levels bring out a serious plans and actions to promote employment of university graduates, including developing more positions that suit university graduates based on the industry upgrading, providing grassroots public administration and social service positions protected by the government to university graduates, encouraging university graduates to practice business, startups, or working for small and medium enterprise enhances career education for university students, providing free skill training and job introduced for employed graduates and so on. To promote university students to achieve adequate employment. Universities also attach great importance to career education for students. In China, almost all universities have set up career centers, provide students with service, including job fairs, recruitment information, internships, employment accommodation, courses and lectures, career evaluation, and so on. Lots of universities provide career guide education from freshman year. High employment rates mean that for most graduate students in China, it is not a major problem to find a job. We pay more emphasis on the quality of graduate employment compared with employment rate, which is clear and easy to measure. The quality of employment seems difficult to evaluate and compare, but I think that it wouldn't influence our focus and understanding of this concept, especially in the year when the survivor fraction of employment has been satisfied with social economy development. The developmental fraction of employment is catching more attention. In the 1970s, with the increasing competition in the international market, the reconstruction of organization made emerged in America, and subsequently, the concept of quality of work life was brought up towards the end of last century. Faced with the change in employment models and the weakening of labor union in the process of globalization, International Labor Organization brought up the concept of decent work, and on this continent, the concept of quality of employment was brought up by European Foundation. All these concepts are closely related to the concept of the equality of employment that we're discussing today. In fact, in China, there have been various relevant students in areas such as education, economy, society, psychology, management, political, law, and so on. Despite the difference in subject, scholars have reached agreement that the quality of employment, this is a concept both objective and subjective. Objective it is mainly evaluated by payment levels, while subjectively, it is about the satisfaction, matching, compatibility, and development protect. For university graduates, we need to focus more on the subjective indicators. As for salary, the most important object indicator, it differs among industry and regions. The starting salary for graduates will soon change. In addition, compared with other social employment groups, university graduates are higher quality human capital. So I think the quality of graduates' employment means more satisfaction, better development and more matching with social demand. Besides on the provided reasons, on achieve higher employment quality for graduates has become an important goal in Chinese universities. However, we also face more challenge now. First, the expectation of employer towards the ability of graduate in changing. This chart shows the result of the survey of nearly 3,000 employers in Beijing in 2015. Employers are asking to evaluate the important abilities when employing university graduates. The result shows that the first among the top 10 is the teamwork ability, and the next is the ability to execute and practice. Then the ability of interpersonal communication, and so on. We can find out that the top 8 are all non-professional ability, and the professional ability only occupies the 9th. It shows that at present, the employer select graduate. They pay more attention to non-professional abilities and comprehensive equalities instead of previous emphasis on the professional background. According to some graduates' feedback to us, the soft skills not only attract special attention from employers, but also influence their career development in the long run. This ability have significant impact on their employment equality, both in the short term and in the long run. Thus, Chinese universities have been trying to answer the question that how to adjust to the new deals from the traditional education model that focus on professional abilities. Second, the employment distribution of graduate does not match the needs of society. China's eastern region, especially Beijing, Shanghai, Guangzhou, China's first-tier cities, the annual number of graduates who come here to work far it exists. The outflow of local graduate, but the inflow of the large number of highly educated people means the increase in employment competition, degree, inflection, and over-education become more overs. In contrast, positions in the middle and the west are less attractive. Many students who came from the middle and the west area and study in university in first-tier cities are unwilling to go back to their hometown. In fact, they may have missed many potential opportunities. As is known, the government has input lots of resources to support the development of the central and western China. The employers in these regions has huge needs for talent and are willing to provide better treatment and career development platform. Competition is not so intense, and there are greater possibilities for a graduate to stand out and develop faster. The mismatch will definitely bring negative influence on individual employment equality and the allocations of human resources in the whole nation. The reason for the mismatch varies, and we think one of the important factors is that university students lack the understanding of the current development of the central and the west of China. The universities are responsible for changing the mismatch. Third, the talent flow and allocation across the globe has become the trend. The new trend of globalization enables the world to be more closely related, and human society is faced with more common challenges. The flow of human resources around the globe, especially of higher equality talents, is becoming more frequent. The young of the new generation, especially university students, will face these challenges and shoulder more responsibilities of family, nation, and the world. They need to have more earlier and fuller understanding and thinking of themselves, of society, and of different cultures. Thus, how to hold the needs of talent and carry out education reforms in the international background is also a challenge for Chinese university. Chinese higher education is undertaking a new round of reform to adjust to these changes. Now, I will take Peking University as an example and share our experience. Peking University is the oldest national comprehensive university in China. It ranked 29th in 2017 Times Higher Education World University Rankings, highest among Chinese universities. The employability of graduate ranked 17th in the latest Time Higher Education Global University Employability Ranking, also the highest in China. To better respond to the new requirement of global development and depending reform in China, Peking University is carrying out a new education reform. We state clearly that we aim to cultivate talents who can lead the future. The university will provide better learning and developing experience to our students to equip them with healthy bodies, well-developed models, independent thinking, creative spirit, practical ability, and global vision. To achieve this, the university built and improved the educational systems that combines liberal education with professional education to foster students' comprehensive abilities. On the one hand, professional education enables students to experience the academic and innovative atmosphere in the research oriented university and keep their curiosity, confidence, and enterprising. On the other hand, through liberal education, students are cultivated to develop overall equality and morals. Through practice, innovation, and international communication, we tend to foster students' comprehensive abilities in practice, innovation, and global vision, and finally, ensure students to understand themselves, the society, the nation, and the world. They would thus obtain comprehensive abilities to respond to the changing challenges. Concerning the education of graduate students, we built up practice career surveys based on the four metrics: faith, competence, interest, supply, and demand. We provide a serious career development course For example, the course career planning of college students have been held for over 10 years to help freshmen better understanding themselves so that they could explore the areas that they would be interesting and teach them how to look for the relevant results and finally set up individual careers, goals, and plans. Besides, comprehensive quality of college students is an undergraduate course taught by me to teach students skills like effective communication, time management, teamwork, and so on. Enhancing your career competencies is a MOOC course on edX. The platform funded by Harvard and MIT is both Chinese and English. If you are interested, you can watch it on edX. The enhancement of ability connect depend only on the class instruction. We put great emphasis of fostering students' ability in practice. We establish in depth cooperating with enterprises as well as with local governments in China, organize internship and practice activities for students during vacations, and invite them to introduce and communicate with students on campus. These models would help to solve the two challenges mentioned above. On the one hand, they enable students to enhance abilities in practice, especially the softer skills like interpersonal communication, teamwork, problem solving, and execution, which are becoming major concerns for employers. On the other hand, students get to know about more industries, more enterprises, more regions apart from Beijing, especially Paris in the central and western China. They also help students find their career starting point with more potentials. In addition, we realize that talent flower in the fruit must be global, and career start points must be international. Thus, we start to pay attention to foster students' ability to work and communicate in the cross-cultures environment. Now, over 63% of undergraduates in our university have at least one exchange experience abroad. Based on talent cooperation with top 500 international enterprises and international organizations. We provide integrated service for international labor market, including course, consulting, lectures, workshop, internships, and information platform. 那么，以上就是我跟大家报告的主要内容。感谢各位的聆听。这2天，我在北京的同事和学生，在个人的社交平台上分享了北京的蓝天白云，并且形象地称之为“一带一路蓝”，因为在5月14、15日，首届“一带一路”国际峰会正在北京举行。
Thank you all for listening. My speech stopped here, but I want to share some personal feelings. As you all know, in the last 2 days, the One Belt One Road Forum or Summit is in session in Beijing. I have seen on social media platforms from my friends and colleagues back in Beijing that we have blue skies in Beijing, and we call it One Belt One Road Blue.
29个国家的元首，来自92个国家和61个国际组织的的代表出席了峰会，其中包括意大利总理珍蒂洛尼先生。他在来华之前，在罗马接受了记者采访时表示，“一带一路”倡议为意大利的发展带来了新的机遇，意中两国从未如此的接近。
29 heads of states and leaders of 61 international organizations attended this summit in Beijing, including His Excellency, your Prime Minister, Paolo Gentiloni. Before he visited China, he received an interview in Rome, and he stated that One Belt, One Road initiative has brought great opportunities for Italy. Italy and China have never been this close.
也许是一种巧合，虽然我们错过了北京的“一带一路蓝”，但从博洛尼亚到帕尔马，充分感受到了意大利的“一带一路蓝”。700多年前，马可波罗先生为推动意中交流做出了历史性的贡献。
This is a coincidence, really a coincidence. Even though we miss the blue skies of Beijing, we have learned a great deal from our visit to Bologna and to Parma and attendance of this conference. 700 years ago, Marco Polo visited China and promoted the Sino-Italian communication.
今天我们非常荣幸地成为“一带一路”提出以后的首批中国高校代表团来访问意大利。希望未来我们在人才、科技、文化等方面的合作，能够增强合作与交流，进一步推动和加强两国人民，特别是青年人才的友谊，促进合作共赢。
Today, we are very pleased and honored to be the first delegation from China to visit Italy after the One Belt, One Road Summit. I hope in the future we can collaborate further on talent cultivation, on science and technology, and cultural exchange to further promote and solidify the relationship between our two countries, especially in the areas of talent cultivation.
在中国有一句众所周知的西方的典故：“罗马不是一天建成的。”今天在这个会议上， 引用这个典故具有特别的意义。首先，进步的事业、美好的愿望，最终一定能够实现。其次，实现的过程可能并不容易，但是我们不会放弃，一定要坚持努力。这也代表了我们对与这个AlmaLaurea未来的这个合作提出的这样的期待和决心。
In China, we all know a famous Western saying, which is, Rome is not built in one day. Today, it's very timely to remind all of us of this old saying. It has special meaning for today. First, good wishes will not materialize by itself. It requires hard work. And I really look forward to the collaboration between our university and AlmaLaurea and other Italian universities.
最后呢，也祝愿咱们本次会议能够圆满成功，期待在未来能够未来在座的各位呢能够加强合作与交流，也非常欢迎大家到北京、到北大来做客。再次感谢会议的主办方精心的组织和热情的接待，谢谢大家。
Last but not least, I look forward to the collaboration in the future, and I also welcome all of you to visit Peking University. Again, I would like to thank the organizers for their hospitality. Thank you very much. Gracias.
Gracias. Thank you.